Lesson 187. I bless the world because I bless myself. Welcome to the Qigong support for A Course in Miracles students. I'm Judith and this is the Lucid Mind Center. I'm very glad you are here. First we're going to quickly line up with our higher self using the Qigong techniques. Then we are going to read and contemplate the lesson together. And after we are finished with the lesson, I'm going to guide you to a Qigong class where you can apply your lesson to in either a standing or a seated meditation. As you know, Qigong is a energy moving method. We become aware of our vital force energy. And if you want to try Qigong, if you want to understand Qigong better, I have recorded 2 classes which are called How Qigong Can Help Me, A Course in Miracles student. You can find the links below in the description. So come and sit on the edge of your sofa, relax, put a smile on your face, set the intention that you want to just simply relax, simply enjoy this particular moment. So by putting a smile on our face, we are just establishing we want to be joyful. This is our decision, our determination, our choice. Very good. And then just imagine that there is a channel, like a column of light or a pillar of light coming in through the crown of your head, like a stick coming all the way down through the center of your body and coming out of your perineum. It's called a pole, the Taiji pole or yin-yang pole. So this is like a pole which is connecting the darkness and the light. It's like a conductor. It's conducting the energy between heaven and earth. And we know that we did not make heaven and earth. So we are becoming aware of the space which our awareness is occupying. And usually we're very busy with the space our body is occupying, so we just want to fill that space with our awareness. Very good. So we are going to help ourselves by becoming aware of the air which is around us, and we're going to bring this air into our nose, and now we're going to exhale down and just bring balance into our awareness. Exhale down through the mouth. Let's do it again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. And now imagine that you're growing a tail from your tailbone all the way down towards the earth. And you can start wagging it. Imagine that it's like a dragon's tail. It's like a very wide tail which is growing into the earth, like a tail which is growing out like from a lizard all the way down into the earth. And just imagine that you're like shaking through it anything which is obstructing your vision, anything which is obstructing your awareness of self. You just let it go. One more. And exhale through the mouth. Imagine this, you're just letting go. When we are repeating this purification breath, where we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, and when we start surrendering to this, when we start allowing ourselves to let go, then this breath becomes second nature. So then every time we do it in any kind of situation, we are kind of giving ourselves permission to let go. Now this time I want you to focus on your feet as well, and I want you to notice how heavy they are and how stable they are on the earth, even while you're sitting down. And I want you to kind of grab the earth like this with your toes and then let go. And now inhale, grab the earth. And now exhale, let go. Very good. And now this time as well. And now say to yourself, exhale, and then say to yourself, I'm growing roots deep into the earth, deep towards the center of the earth. And just observe how there is kind of a energy starting to flow into the bottom of your feet. This is because of your intention. Imagine how those roots are growing from every part of the sole of your feet, how they're growing in. Notice how there's things are leaving your body, leaving your awareness, which are not serving you. Just let them go. And help yourself. Inhale through the nose. And now exhale through the mouth. And imagine that you're exhaling all the way down through the perineum and all the way down through your knees and down into the feet. You might feel a little pain here and there. Some of us do. That is a sign that you're letting go. Just blow through it. Inhale and just exhale. Very good. I've got pain in my right foot, and I'm just kind of letting it go. The pain can be quite acute while you're doing this. But just imagine that you're like washing with water through that area. And you will notice that afterwards, when we let go, when we do something else, the pain will have disappeared. Very good. And now let's connect to the heavenly source. Let's connect to our higher self, to our holy self, to our Holy Spirit, whatever you would like to call it. Inhale and bring it down through that central channel. Bring the light down into the awareness of yourself, there where you perceive yourself to be. Exhale. This can be the shape of your body. If that is it, then bring that light in all the way in and around your body. Just occupy that space. Create that pillar of light, as I like to call it. Very good. And one last one. Inhale. And let go. And now notice how you feel. Notice the relaxation. Notice the awareness. Open up your eyes. Look around. And notice your awareness. Notice your presence. And this is the ideal scenario for us to read today's lesson together. Get yourself a cup of tea or a water or a coffee or something. Make yourself comfortable. And let's start reading our lesson together. Lesson 187. I bless the world because I bless myself. No one can give unless he has. In fact, giving is proof of having. We have made this point before. What seems to make it hard to credit is not this. No one can doubt that you must first possess what you would give. It is the second phase on which the world and true perception differ. The world you see. Having had and given, then the world asserts that you have lost what you possessed. The truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. So this is the big difference. In this world we see, we have the idea that if I have something, if I now cut this book in half and I give you this half and I keep the other, then I've only got half left. This is the rule of this world. This is the rule of this reality. But the truth says, if I give you something, I have increased it. I have doubled it, because now both you and me have it. It is like a doubling. The truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. How is it possible that we have got two different viewpoints? For it is sure that if you give a finite thing away, your body's eyes will not perceive it yours. If I give this to you, then this is yours and not mine anymore. Yet we have learned that things but represent the thoughts that make them. And you do not lack for proof that when you give ideas away, you strengthen them in your own mind. So if I have got an idea and I share it with you, first of all, the idea gets stronger in my mind. And second of all, you now have my idea in your mind too. So my idea has actually grown. So when you consider it by ideas, you suddenly realize you can only give what you have. Perhaps the form in which the thought seems to appear is changed in giving. Yet it must return to him who gives, nor can the form it takes be less acceptable. It must be more. Ideas must first belong to you before you give them. If you are to save the world, you first accept salvation for yourself. You gotta accept salvation for yourself before you can start saving other people. But you will not believe that this is done until you see the miracles it brings to everyone you look upon. Herein is the idea of giving clarified and given meaning. And here we go back again to the word meaning. It is always about the meaning. It is because our reality is abstract. We are not a body, and we are perceiving this world through our senses. And we are giving meaning to that what we are perceiving through our senses. So herein is the idea of giving clarified and giving meaning. So you're giving the giving a different meaning. Now you can perceive that by your giving is your store increased, because I have shared my idea with you. So now my store is increased because you are sharing my idea with me. Protect all things you value by the act of giving them away, and you are sure that you will never lose them. That's why I'm so glad giving this to you, this time to you. What you thought you did not have is thereby proven yours, yet value not its form, for this will change and grow unrecognizable in time, however much you try to keep it safe. No form endures. No form endures. It is the thought behind the form of things that lives unchangeable. It is the thought behind the form of things that lives unchangeable. But form always changes. Give gladly. You can only gain thereby. The thought remains and grows in strength as it is reinforced by giving. Thoughts extend as they are shared, for they cannot be lost. There is no giver and receiver in the sense the world conceives of them. There is a giver who retains, another who will give as well. And both must gain in this exchange, for each will have the thought in form most helpful to him. What he seems to lose is always something he will value less than what will surely be returned to him. Never forget you give but to yourself. Who understands what giving means must laugh at the idea of sacrifice, nor can he fail to recognize the many forms which sacrifice may take. He laughs as well at pain and loss, at sickness and at grief, at poverty, starvation and at death. He recognizes sacrifice remains the one idea that stands behind them all, and in his gentle laughter are they healed. This is, for some people, this is a difficult paragraph. What do you mean I'm laughing at poverty and sadness and grief and sickness? It is not that you are laughing at them. It's not like you are saying, you're poor and I'm rich and I'm doing well. This is not what it means. What it means is that you are gifting your laugh. You are not laying down with them in the suffering. You are coming with your compassion. You're coming with your love, and you laugh at them even though they are sick. You come and share your love with them. You understand that this is just the form you're seeing. The light is behind the form. You see? Illusions recognized must disappear, because when you are looking at that sickness or sadness or grief or poverty, if you're looking behind it, because you can see that this is just an illusion in the sense of the meaning you're giving to this. You're saying, this person is poor, I have to look sadly at them. Or you can say, wow, this person is shining through their beautiful eyes. So you kind of smile at them, and your smile or laughter even is going to cheer them up. This is what is meant here. It is actually very, very interesting that we have been so indoctrinated by this, that we are not allowed to be happy. Accept not suffering, and you remove the thought of suffering. You're removing it, you're accepting it not for you and not for the person you're looking at who appears to be suffering. Your blessing lies on everyone who suffers when you choose to see all suffering what it is. Suffering is the result of separation. The thought of sacrifice gives rise to all the forms that suffering appears to take. It's the sacrifice. The thought of sacrifice. Oh, I have to sacrifice this. And there's long texts about sacrifice in the textbook. To all forms that suffering appears to take. And sacrifice is an idea so mad that sanity dismisses it at once, if we are to be sane. You must not allow the thought of sacrifice in your mind, because when you are allowing the thought of sacrifice in your mind, you are allowing the thought of victimhood into your mind. And then somebody is the victim. Then your defenselessness is out of the window, because then the defenselessness of the person you're looking at is out of the window, and your own defenselessness is out of the window. The innocence, the Christ in you. That's why we have to always remember that we are Christ, and if I'm Christ, so are you, and so is that person who appears to be suffering, and so is that person who appears to be homeless. There is light in them, just as there is light in you. This is just an appearance. Never believe that you can sacrifice. There is no place for sacrifice in what has any value. If the thought occurs, its very presence proves that error has arisen. You see? And correction must be made. Your blessings will correct it. So you got to bless yourself, you got to bless that person, you got to smile, you got to laugh, you got to allow yourself and the other to be joyful. Given first to you, it now is yours to give as well. No form of sacrifice and suffering can long endure before the face of one who has forgiven and has blessed himself. So when you bless yourself with love, with peace, with light, you automatically bless the world. You do not allow yourself to have thoughts of sacrifice in your mind, or thoughts of defense where you need to defend yourself, protect yourself. As soon as you do this, there is the whole chain reaction of sacrifice, defense, of attack, protect, which is all rooted in fear. There is no place for sacrifice in what has any value. If the thought occurs, its very presence proves that error has arisen, and correction must be made. Your blessing will correct it. Given first to you, it now is yours to give as well. No form of sacrifice and suffering can long endure before the face of one who has forgiven and has blessed himself. The lilies that your brother offers you are laid upon your altar with the ones you offer him beside them. And remember, the altar is like a connection point. It is where you are laying your goods on and the other one lays thereon. This is where an exchange happens. It's like a connection point, a meeting point, or even an exchange point. It's like a table, really. The lilies that your brother offers you are laid upon your altar with the ones you offer him beside them. Who could fear to look upon such lovely holiness? The great illusion of the fear of God diminishes to nothingness before the purity that you will look on here. Be not afraid to look. The blessedness you will behold will take away all thoughts of form and leave instead the perfect gift forever there, forever to increase, forever yours, forever given away. The blessedness you will behold will take away all thought of form and leave instead the perfect gift, forever there, forever to increase, forever yours, forever given away. Now are we one in thought, for fear has gone, and here before the altar to one God, one Father, one Creator, and one thought, we stand together as one Son of God. Now are we one in thought. So that person who is suffering, you are one with them because you're looking past that suffering. You're laying the blessedness on them. You're blessing them with your look, with your kindness, with your presence, with your smile, even laughter. And here before the altar to that one God, that one Father, one Creator, and one thought, we stand together as one Son of God, not separate from Him who is our source. You see, there's so many different words you can choose from. God, Father, Creator, thought, source. Not distant from one brother who is part of our one self, whose innocence has joined us all as one. We stand in blessedness and give as we receive. The name of God is on our lips, and as we look within, we see the purity of heaven shine in our reflection of our Father's love. The name of God is on our lips. And you remember what the name of God is for you? What is your name for God? And you remember as well that God is nameless, and yet you want to have a name which describes this eternal wisdom, eternal light, eternal power. It's all about meaning. The name of God is on our lips, and as we look within, we see the purity of heaven shine in our reflection of our Father's love. Now are we blessed, and now we bless the world. Because we are blessing ourselves with the name of God, with the meaning of God. We are allowing ourselves to pull the awareness of this holiness down into our consciousness, into our awareness. And now we are blessing the world. What we have looked upon, we would extend, for we would see it everywhere. We would behold it shining with the grace of God in everyone. We would not have it be withheld from anything we look upon. And to ensure this holy sight is ours, we offer it to everything we see. For where we see it, it will be returned to us in form of lilies we can lay upon our altar, making it a home for innocence itself, who dwells in us and offers us His holiness as ours. So this innocence with a capital I itself, with a capital I as well, who dwells in us and offers us His holiness as ours, you know who that is. That is the Holy Child of God. That is the Christ consciousness within you. So you are laying the lilies of forgiveness on your altar. You're making that altar soft. So you then yourself can lay on that altar and receive the blessing and healing and joy onto you. And then when you rise, you can share it with the world. I bless the world because I bless myself. And now lean back a moment with me and just say, I bless the world because I bless myself. And then just allow yourself to consider what this means. See that altar in front of you with all the lilies, sending them all the forgiveness, sending out to the people you have seen today, which you've seen the day before yesterday and yesterday. And you're just giving a lily to each one of them. You are giving your forgiveness to each one of them, remembering that they are the light of the world, just the same as you are. And on that altar, which is going to be full of those lilies, you can lay on that altar and just receive the blessings. And just allow yourself to sit for a while. I bless myself, and therefore I bless the world. And just allow that idea to expand in the wholeness of your being. I bless the world because I bless myself, because I allow myself to remember who I am, and just allow it to sink into your awareness. Very good. If you want to continue a meditation, I am suggesting this particular Qigong seated meditation. Here you have got the whole list of classes, and up here I'm inviting you to my Qigong channel. Love, light and Qi to you.